Yeah,
Good
good
morning,
morning.
ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, please. May I request those of them who have switched on their cameras to switch them off? Like Janardhan Garu, could you please switch your camera off? Thank you. I think we have 100 students. Let me introduce myself to you. My voice is echoing. We will try to set this. Let's just give me a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it echoing now? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Still.
Yeah, your voice is also. Now I can hear my own voice.
Still, yeah, ma'am.
What to be done? I'm open only in one window. What's happening? Somebody speak.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
yeah,
morning, ma'am.
your voices are also echoing.
Yes, ma'am.
How was it? How was it in the morning?
It
In
was
the morning, in the first class, it was not echoing, ma'am.
It was echoing.
No, it was not.
It was normal.
Go to the
Okay, now please, somebody is giving a suggestion on the chat box. They say, everyone please switch to headphones and do not use speakers. Yeah, please switch off the speakers.
okay.
Did you all switch off your speakers?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. Now my voice is not echoing.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good. I thank Adnan Bagazal. Can I see him? To thank him. Adnan, thank you so much. Let me introduce myself to you all. I am Sharada. According to your timetable, this class at 11:15 was supposed to be taken by Dr. Vijaya. I am not Dr. Vijaya, I am Sharada. My class is supposed to be at 3:30 today, but she exchanged it with me because of some other class clashes. Okay, the online classes which we are attending to, she had a clash at the same time, so I am exchanging her timetable on Fridays, only on Fridays at 11:15. I will be taking your classes instead of Vijaya ma'am. Only when Vijaya ma'am has a class on Friday, I shall take her class. Okay, but now I will be taking my own paper. My name is Sharada. If you check your timetable, you will figure me on paper 5. Okay, and I'm also your coordinator for this program. If there is any problem pertaining to the timetable, or maybe whether you have issues in logging into the ID, then you can always contact me on message, SMS, or WhatsApp. Okay, as long as this program is on. Otherwise, everything is going to be normal. So I'm going to teach you paper 5. In the early class, Ashok sir, I think, had taken the class. So what did he take? Which paper did he take? Ashok sir, which
Paper
paper
four.
did he take?
Paper
Paper
4, ma'am.
Paper 4. Okay, all right. So I will be taking paper 5. All right. And let me also tell you that I am not going to use any PPTs. Okay. And I'm also not going to share any kind of screen with you. And that's going to be very difficult for you, I'm sure. Okay, don't now curse me. And then another point is I'm not opening the text. Okay, and I'm also not telling you which paper, which page I am on. So don't now be confused. Okay, don't be confused and don't start scolding me, cursing me that I'm not allowing you to look into the text material. See, if I ask you to turn to this page and that page, you will only be turning the pages and you will miss out on the information. So I will tell you which theme, which point, which chapter I am doing. Okay, but what I suggest you all is to maintain a book. Please have a notebook with you, a pen with you, and then listen to what I am lecturing and then take down the notes. This is going to really help you at the time of your exams. If you are taking down the Farha, please close. Yeah. If you are taking down the notes, this notes is going to help you 100% at the time of your exams. So please be with a pen and be with a notebook whenever my class begins. So I'm sure everyone is okay with this kind of style. You are worried, I know. You are concerned, I know. But let us complete this first class and then after I finish my 1.5 hours lecture, I will get back to you and ask you whether you have faced any difficulties regarding this style of teaching. And you will also be not seeing my face. I will switch off the camera and you will only be listening to my voice, because if you look at my face and my when it is being flashed on the screen of your laptops and mobiles, it's a distraction. So I am going to switch off my camera. You will only be listening to my voice. Is that okay with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Oh, somebody has switched the speaker on. Please switch it off. Switch off your mics. Ashirvad Ministries. Yeah, switch off your mics and switch off your cameras. Sweta Ravirala, please switch off your camera. Vidya, please. Yeah, please do not have your mic on and do not have your camera on. Okay, so now I'm going into the voice mode. Right. Now, the title of your paper is 20th Century British Literature. Okay. Today, you have listened to Ashok sir, who began teaching the 19th century British literature. I'm sure those of you who are listening to the papers are very new to MA English. 95% of you all have come from different backgrounds, like sciences, commerce, education, different knowledge fields. And literature, English literature, is very new to you. At the master's level, when you are supposed to be mastering English literature, you are at this stage being introduced to English literature. Okay, so that's going to make a little difference. And some of you also have joined this course for various reasons, like for promotions or for maybe further studies or maybe for learning English. So the third point here, learning English is not going to happen because learning English happens in spoken English centers. At the MA level, you are supposed to be already masters. So you cannot begin to learn English here. By now, I suppose that okay, as if there is any break in between my audio, don't panic because I am running this on my mobile data hotspot. So if I receive any calls, immediately I am turning down the calls. Okay, I'm rejecting the calls. But that fraction of a second is affecting the network. So please do not panic that the network has a problem. There is no problem. The problem is with my hotspot. Okay, so don't panic. You will get used to it. So that's where I would like to start. I'm supposing that you are all very good with your English language. Now, what British literature, it appears in your title, 20th century British literature. So it means you will be introduced to in different papers. Paper 1, you will understand the history of how English language has developed. And paper 2 as what 16th century, during the 16th century in England, what was the kind of literature that was produced? Okay, so 16th century contemporary society. What was the society like during the 16th century in London, and the lifestyle of the people, the culture of the people, the political scenario, and the other historical events that are affecting the present, they are all recorded in the literature works. So what is literature? It is reflection of the society. So whatever is happening around within the society is reflected and stored in the literature. So 16th century, what was happening in London? 17th century, what are the various changes that came in London society? 18th century, again, what are the different changes, reformations, transformations that are taking place within the culture, within the society, within the political scenario? These are all recorded in the form of poems, in the form of plays, in the form of novels, in the form of short stories. Then when we come to the 19th century literature, that is paper 4, that there happened a tremendous change. Suddenly there happened a tremendous change. What happened? The English man, okay, the white man, we will refer to him as the white man. The Europeans race is the white race. So this white man or the Englishman has started exploring new lands in the 19th century he started expanding his empire. He started expanding his business and commerce. He started showing his adventurous side, and he started going to different places to establish his colonies. This happened in the 19th century. And also, different changes one can see within the social fabric. For example, middle class people or the lower middle class people, they started growing in terms of wealth, in terms of status. They started slowly climbing up the corporate ladder. So there is a change now within the middle class community who started enjoying the new life, that is new luxuries, new wealth, and different such ideas. Do you somebody is requesting to join? Should we allow? Should I allow? Should I admit?
Yeah, ma'am. You admitted.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Whenever it pops up, I shall admit. Okay. Okay, now. And so middle class people started, climbing up the corporate ladder. Then another important factor in the terms of religion and spirituality, which is very significant change, is until then people were following their own religious faiths. So their belief in the existence of God was very profound. But something very significant had happened in the 19th century with the publication of Charles Darwin's theory on evolution of human race. The text is called Origin of Species. So what did Charles Darwin propound in his thesis is that a man was not made by the God. It was not the Adam and the Eve who were our first grandparents, our ancestors, but our ancestors are apes. And very gradually and steadily, the evolution process began some millions of years ago. And from being an ape, man evolved. Okay, the ape evolved into a complete human being, and that evolution process has taken some millions of years. And he had very clearly proved this through the pictures. We also have seen the pictures when we were doing our social classes in school, that how the ape was walking on his four limbs. Then slowly after 1 million years, how he started walking on his two legs, and then how his fur had fallen off, and slowly his facial features got transformed into the present human being facial features similar to. And this process had taken some millions of years, and the present day human is the result of the process of evolution. So when Charles Darwin had come up with this theory, many people were in a state of confusion. They were thrown into a state of confusion because until then they were believing in the fact that God has created the human being. Okay, and that the earth was created by the God. But Darwin says scientifically, he proves that this is all a part of planetary system. Okay, solar system, earth and all that, they are all a part of this cosmos. So there is a clash now between science and between spirituality. Okay, so the clash has become so intense that this with the sudden enlightenment that had been brought over by Charles Darwin, many people had started believing in the facts that were given by Charles Darwin, and they said, now there is no God. It has been proved that there is no God. So there is nobody sitting above in the sky to supervise over us. There is no judgment. There is no hell. There is no heaven. And so we are all here to spend our lives as long as we can, and then just die naturally, because the cycle of life comes to an end, and there is no connection with the life of a human being with that of the God above. So this idea many people started believing in after Charles Darwin's theory on evolution of human race had taken over like a wildfire across the globe. That's an important point when in the 19th century, the society got divided and the conflict between spirituality and science was very wide and deep. Then came this industrialization. So industries were being set up. Until then, man was working in the fields and he was working manually without any technology, without any advancement in technology. He was working manually. But when in the 19th century, industries were set up, machines were taking the place of human beings. Again, there is a shift now. A shift in the position of the poor becoming poorer and the rich becoming richer because of this industrialization. Then came the
Excuse me, I'm sorry to disturb you.
yeah.
Actually, many other people are wanting to join, but they are not able to because maximum limit is 100, I think. So they are just messaging that please inform ma'am.
Okay, so can you just wait for a second, all of you? I will call the director and let him know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How is this going until now? Are you all able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Good. Give me 1 minute's time. Give me 1 minute's time. I'm calling the director.
Sure, ma'am.
Supriya, please switch off your mic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I spoke, my dear students, I spoke with the concerned person and they came to know about the issue. They are rectifying it. In 2 to 3 minutes, your friends will also be able to join. Okay? Now,
Thank you.
right.
Thank you,
Right.
ma'am.
No problem. Thank you. We are here to, help you out, and as many as the students should be able to benefit out of these classes. Now, the industrialization also brought in many changes. So the society has undergone so many shifts and changes and transformations during the 19th century. So now I'm sure you know what are the factors behind the shift. Okay, like the theory propounded by Charles Darwin, evolution of human race, which led to a conflict between science and spirituality. That's number one. So people lost faith in the God. Maximum number of them, not all of them, okay? Maximum number of them started believing in science rather than spirituality. Then the other point is industrialization. Okay. Then another point is Englishman started exploring new areas and new regions in the name of establishing his colonies and also to expand his empire and also for business purposes. Okay, like East India Company and all. Then another point is industrialization. Okay, so the machinery and all have taken the place of the manual labor, with which the poor people went on to become poorer and the rich people became richer. That's the difference. Then there is a shift in the middle class status. Middle class started moving upward. There is upward mobility in the middle class sector. Then education also started spreading. And these are the different factors that had brought in changes in the society. Okay, so when you are doing the paper 4, these changes can be seen, and what is the result of this? What is the result of industrialization? What is the result of Charles Darwin's theory? What is the result of new travel journeys taken up by the Englishmen? These are recorded in the literature, English literature. So when you are doing 19th century, the poetry, the plays, the novels, the short stories, all these are going to echo, they are going to reflect the ideas, the themes, the concepts of what the 19th century London was exposed to at that contemporary period. That is about your previous paper 4. Now we are moving to paper 5. So in paper 5, the title is 20th century. That means from 1900 to 2000. Okay. Now we are in 21st century. So from the 1901 to almost late 1990s, and so what kind of changes that came in the world at that time, okay, or especially in London. See, by then already in the previous era, that is the 19th century, changes have already started. Huge, massive changes took place in the previous era. Those changes have spilled into the 20th century, and with with full impact. The impact of these changes could be seen in the 20th century, and even more like there are 2 major events that had happened in the first half of 20th century. Okay, that is World War I and World War II. These are the most important events in the history of human race. I'm sure you have all studied about World War I and World War II during your social classes. In the 1 second, Sampath Garu. Yeah, now they have increased the limit to 250 from 100. So all of your friends can happily join in. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's good. That's good. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go back to the flow. So now we are in the first half of the 20th century. So we know that the two world wars have had their severe impact on the different sectors like humanity. Even the meaning of humanity was shaken, it was questioned. What is the purpose of human life? This question had no made many people uh, think about the very existence and essence of human life. On seeing the impact of the World War One and Two and the gravity of violence, and then how humanity has faded out from the face of the earth, and how people have become so mechanical, and how people have become materialistic in their pursuits, and how spirituality was never uh, been a part of their lives. Hey, am I too fast?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, I think you are able to get the point. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yeah. So
Yes,
there
ma'am.
was there was lot of violence in the first 50 years of 20th century. Violence. When violence was unleashed, people like you and me started questioning the very purpose of human existence. Why are we all living here? No, why are we hating one another? Why can't we love one another? Why can't we believe in the? Why can't we believe in the existence of human race as the most meaningful and most beautiful phenomenon? Okay, and then why don't people believe in the existence of God? There is God above, and nobody is afraid of the God, which is why they are all into such acts like this, going on a killing spree. Large mounds of human flesh, human dead bodies lying on the roads, tankers, and then the weaponry, and then the aircrafts, and all the paraphernalia that they have used during these two wars. It was like shaking the very purpose of the human life. People who were a part of this First World War, like some of them were soldiers. The soldiers are supposed to be very tough emotionally and psychologically. But a few of them, on seeing the massive scale of murders and the violence and the bloodshed, and then the heaps of dead bodies lying unclaimed, and children crying on the streets for their parents when they are killed in bombings after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. On seeing such intense pictures of inhumanity, even the soldiers have lost hope. We think that they are very tough people, but even they have started asking questions like, when is this going to come to an end? When are people going to understand the value of human life? Is human life so insignificant that you can just snip it off, oof, and it is gone? How can you consider a human being's life so worthless? So these are the questions that even the soldiers started asking through literature. So even the soldiers became poets. That's called war poetry, where the pain, the physical, the psychological, the emotional turmoil, and the pain that these people have undergone on the field. Okay, they couldn't contain the pain. They couldn't bottle up the pain for so long. They had to open up. They had to flush it out in the form of writing poetry, writing stories. The passion that was there within them was flowing out on the papers in the form of words. After writing such poems, they felt very light in their hearts because they have unloaded their burden. They have, flushed out their pain and trauma. Such was the intensity the whole world was holding during the first 50 years. We don't belong to that generation, fortunately, which is why we are not able to empathize. Okay, we are not able to go back and look through the lens of the first half of 20th century and understand the agony, understand the pain that the whole world had undergone. Okay, so then that's a very important part of understanding literature of the 20th century. Without understanding this basic point, that is the impact that the First World War and the Second World War had its toll on the human society, on the human emotions, and the human psychology is so intense. That's the most important point during the 20th century, first half of 20th century. Okay, so many questions pertaining to the like what is important. Is the human survival important or the human essence important? Okay, what is human survival?
Essence.
Yes, essence is important. So this question had racked the brains of many people during that period when everything was coming down to pieces. Humanity was totally dashed to the ground, and the question between spirituality and then the materialistic pursuits also was on the high. And then, which is important? Is the human existence important or is the human essence important? And then what is the purpose of life? Some of them were asking the questions like, what is the purpose of life when you are fighting and killing people? And what is the joy that you had received after killing so many people? Did you arrive at peace? That's a very
No.
important question. Okay, see, please do not come in between. Okay, my style is like this. Unless I ask you deeply, don't answer. Okay, so these are the interrogative kind of questions that people were undergoing during the first 50 years of the 20th century. Okay, so peace, they did not find peace. They were in search of peace. But peace was not something that one can buy in the departmental stores. No, it is never to be seen on the face of the earth during that period. Now, why is man losing out on his basic fundamental human instincts? These are the questions that troubled many people then. Okay, like compassion, being compassionate towards the fellow human beings was not to be found. Then people started becoming so mechanical in their approach to life. They have become so, in their in their life, how mechanical all of them have become. been molded into, not as if they are all like you think of a belt, not the belt that we wear on our dress, but in a factory, you try to imagine the picture where conveyor belt it is called, and how mechanically the objects are put on that conveyor belt mechanically, and how these are all moving mechanically, and how they fall into different baskets, and how they are again packed. And so this is a very mechanical kind of a process. In the same way, even human life is reduced to that kind of a mechanical process, where he just wakes up from his bed, and then without any enthusiasm towards life. Okay, oh, another day. No, he is not looking forward to the bright side of his life. He is only bored. Okay, that okay, today again another day. So boredom was another important theme of the 20th century. Now, because everything that he does has become so routine, common, and mundane, there is no excitement in life. There is nothing that he can look forward to. There is no hope in life, and there is no bright side of life. Optimism is something which he cannot even think of. Everything about him, everything around him is negative, negative, and negative. Okay, and so how a man wakes up from his sleep, and then he dresses up, okay, because he has to go to the office, and then gets into the same bus and sits at the window seat, and then goes to his office holding his bag, lunch box, and then sits at the table. Earlier, those days, it was the type machine, but today it is the computer that has replaced the type machine. Tuck, 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 tuck. He goes on typing on his machine until lunch break. Then lunch break, he eats the same, stale food, the previous day's food that he had packed for his lunch. And then again, after the lunch, again, he sits in front of the typewriter, tuck, 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 tuck. He goes on clicking the buttons. And then by evening, the job is done. He gets back into the bus and goes back home, and then eats the food. So this is like, routine, boring, mundane kind of a life, where there is no space for any kind of excitement, enthusiasm, or looking forward to the best in life. And then love. We will now talk about love. So there, love relationship was also slowly breaking, as if the today, if you see our children, okay, my children age, that is 24, 25 age, they are all their attitude to life, their attitude to marriage, the system of marriage and institution of marriage has totally changed. How it was some 30, 40 years ago, the kind of veneration that we would have for the institution of marriage, and then how we considered it as very holy and sacred union, all that is totally gone now. Today, it's like they are entering into a relationship, maybe getting married, and if they are not able to meet the expectations of each other, the marriage is dissolving. That is heading towards divorce, and the rate of divorce is skyrocketing. It is such an alarming situation today, that the equations are changing. So that change has begun in the 20th century, and today we have reached a point, okay, which already started in the 20th century, like having no belief in love, have no belief in relationship, and then everything is so mechanical. Like even a love relationship is something like give and take, just for the physical purpose. uh, such 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 kind of an ideas started taking shape during the first half of 20th century. Relationships, human emotions, and then love or peace, and then beautiful things that are around us have lost their significance. They have lost their meaning. Even today, we don't really enjoy what is around us. We are not experiencing life the way we are supposed to experience. Okay, see, if you have seen a very beautiful rainbow in this on the horizon of the sky, immediately you bring out the camera from phone, and then you snap the picture and then walk away from there. But instead of capturing it on your camera, did you capture it in your memory? No, that's very important. Have you basked in the beauty of the rainbow? Have you really enjoyed the colors, the creation of God, and experiencing that moment of beauty, magic, mysticism, spirituality, the expansive spread of creation? All this we are not open to. We are not opening ourselves to the beauty of the creation, beauty of the life. We are so artificial that we want to just capture it on our cameras and share it on WhatsApp or maybe on the Facebook and just get some likes. And the number of likes, we are happy with the number of likes. But are we really concerned or about how much of happiness it had given me for that fraction of a time when I have drowned myself in the beauty of the sight of the rainbow? No. But I am happy with the number of likes. So that is the artificiality we are all heading towards. So that artificial ideas of looking at life began in the 19th century. The seeds were sown in the 19th century, with industrialization and all that. Then slowly the plant was growing in the 20th century. Today it has become a huge tree, and we are all taking shelter under that tree of inhumanity and artificiality. So everything about what is this creation? It is for us to enjoy, experience it. For every minute we should be, you can't call me now. You say, ma'am, you are a romantic person. That is why you are asking us to be enjoying the beauty. Yes. Why the human life itself is so beautiful. We are also blessed to have been given this chance of enjoying the beauty of the creation around us. God has created this all for us to experience. We are not experiencing. Our cameras are experiencing. How what a tragedy it is. What a tragedy it is. Our hearts are not throbbing to any beautiful sight. Even the smallest flower, the colors, the stripes, the dots, the butterflies, the wilderness, the sky, the blueness, the vast deep oceans, everything is so beautiful around us, and we are not even casting our eyes towards them. We are lost in our own individual worlds. We are lost in our own individual independent lives. So this is the problem which began in the 19th, spilled over into the 20th century, and has taken a concrete shape in the present stage. Okay, now let me ask you a question. I will give you a small break here. Are you all able to follow? Now you can answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now,
Yes,
second
ma'am.
question. Second question. Is there any problem because you are not seeing me?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No problem.
Good. Good. Not at all. Next, third question. Now, because I am not reading out from the text, is it a problem?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, but
Very good.
We are understanding the concept, ma'am.
Uh, yes,
We are
that's important.
clearly understanding the concept, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. So, if you are
Perfectly
able to,
fine, ma'am.
only if you understand the concept, you will be able to understand the text. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Shobha, please switch off. Shobha, please switch.
thank you.
Ah, okay. Okay, then I am not showing any PPTs. Is it okay?
It's okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am,
We have
perfectly.
got some idea.
Okay.
That's fine, ma'am. You're teaching very well, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Next question. Are you all taking down the notes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I am also taking notes, but in the middle of I am leave it.
Okay, no problem. Don't leave in the middle. Don't, please continue to take the notes. Okay. Next question.
Yes, ma'am, we are taking
Next
notes.
question. Is my flow too fast?
Not at all, ma'am.
No,
Very
ma'am.
Good.
No, ma'am.
Very clear, ma'am.
Okay. Good. So no, it means it is going well.
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. Now I will start off. So you now turn off your mics. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So this is the problem of 20th century. So what do you expect in literature? See, in the 18th century, life was very beautiful, very comfortable. Okay. And of course, there were problems, but the problems were not intense as the problems of the 20th century. See, all these problems are created by the human being. God has not created the problems. We created the problems. We created the World War. We have started off World War II. We have started destroying environment. We started polluting the environment. We started, contaminating the water bodies. Everything is done by the man. Man is very selfish. Man always thinks that everything around him is only for him to enjoy. He doesn't involve the other creatures like animals, birds, insects, trees, mountains, lakes. They are also a part of this world. They have every right to exist in this world along with us. But what is man doing? Man thinks, oh, I am superior. See, I am intelligent. I am intellectually capable. I can use the water resources. I can use the natural resources. I can use the human resources. And I can manufacture different things for my comforts, for my luxuries. But those comforts are contaminating, polluting the environment. That's okay, fine. It's not my problem. Okay. So there is no connection, emotional connection between nature and the human beings now. In the 20th century, the problem began there when man started developing. It means development is a very relative word. See, he says, we can say that, oh, Hyderabad has developed so much. What is development? We are tearing down the trees. We are constructing tall buildings. Look at the tall buildings and then call it development is a joke. Okay, it is not development. It is destruction. We have destroyed the landscape, the natural landscape. We have destroyed the trees. We have encroached the lakes. 10 days ago, Hyderabad was almost in floods. Why did that happen? It is man-made. We are so selfish that we encroached into the lakes and we built houses in the lakes. So when the water naturally came down from the sky, where would it go? It goes into the lake. Once upon a time it was a lake, but today it is an apartment building. So where else would it go? We have trespassed. We have encroached. It is unethical. It is illegal. Or everything that man is doing is unethical. To encroach into a lake is unethical. Okay, maybe legally you have documents, but it is unethical according to the natural law. There is a law above nature law. It is called the law of nature. Okay, it's not the Supreme Court law or the High Court law. It is called the law of nature. And when we are violating the law of nature, it shows its consequences. That's what we all had been subjected to some 10 days ago. The entire city was under floods. Okay, all these are the consequences of human beings' selfish and self-centered motives. Okay, so all these problems are being discussed in our texts. Modernism, postmodernism. In your background study, we have concepts like existentialism, absurd theater, and then modernism, postmodernism. All these are going to be discussed in different texts, in the form of different texts. Okay, see, listen to this. If I am enjoying peace, okay, and if I am amidst a beautiful natural locale, okay, then I am enjoying a family relationship. I have a wonderful family, children, my parents and all. So I am at peace. So when I am writing a poem, when I am at peace, then the poem would be something about human relationships, and then the beauty of the surroundings, and my connection with nature, my connection with the supreme spirit, and all that. Okay, that's a different scene. Cut it there. Now come to 20th century. I am not at peace because all around me everything is broken. Relationships are broken. Okay, nature is broken, and the humanity is broken. Everything is in bits and pieces. So can you expect me to write about a beautiful poem on human relationships? I can't write, because I am not enjoying the human relationship. I am not a part of the peace. I am not a part of the natural scenic beauty. I am not a part of all this. I am surrounded by broken bits, broken pieces, fragments, heaps and heaps of broken buildings, heaps of broken relationships. Father being abandoned by children, husband abandoning his wife, such kind of broken relationships. So everything around me is in bits and pieces. My heart is also in bits and pieces. So how can I seriously write about anything that is beautiful, anything that is highly inspiring, anything that is highly influencing me positively, anything that is instilling hope into me? Nothing. So I am depressed, I am disappointed, I am upset, I am concerned about the human race, and I am very pessimistic. I have no hope. Everything around me is in bits and pieces. Disorientation, disappointment, and disillusionment. Okay, the difference between the earlier days and the present days. The earlier days was optimism, hope, beauty, love, emotions, all that. Today, opposite. What is that opposite? Hopelessness, depression, disillusionment, degradation, destruction. All that is negative. So when I am surrounded by negativity, you cannot expect me to enjoy peace. When I am surrounded by all, when I am, surrounded by the bits and broken pieces, can you really think of my heart in one piece? No, my heart is also broken. My spirit, my soul, all are twisted and distorted. My body is distorted because of so many lifestyle diseases. Today, even a 2-year-old child is wearing spectacles. A 5-year-old girl is taking insulin shots. I'm talking about those who I know. I have seen a girl who is just 5 years old taking insulin shots, diabetic, juvenile diabetes. And then my great grandfather never wore any spectacles, but today a 2-year-old boy is wearing spectacles. And blood pressure and different diseases, and diabetes or obesity. All these are the diseases that we have created. Can you imagine my grandmother, until my grandmother and my mother and all, they were leading such wonderful, peaceful, coexisting life. They coexisted with nature. Today we have divided nature and human race, separate. We have made them into two different sections. We are not existing along with nature. Okay, that is why we are into so many issues, so many problems, so many challenges, so many diseases, so many lifestyle issues, relationship problems, everything. We have become so impatient, we have become so intolerable, and we are so angry with our failures, angry with the system, angry with my family, angry with myself, angry with my marks, angry with everything. Wi-Fi doesn't work, I am angry, I am upset. My so many problems. Actually, the problems that we are facing are so minute, but we are making mountains out of molehills, because of which we are facing so many issues and challenges. Okay, so we are what today is our own making. We human beings have created, manufactured these problems. We are at a loss. Everything. We might be very rich. Materially, we might be very rich. See, you go talk to any rich person, driving a Benz or a BMW or an Audi car and living in a palatial house in Banjara Hills. Are you at peace? Are you happy with Benz? Are you happy with your, big luxurious house? He says, no, I am not happy. But our grandparents did not have all this, but they were so happy. They never had any issues. My grandmother always tells me, she used to tell me when she was alive, we never had any problems. We didn't even know about one word that exists in the world called tension. Tension is a newly created word, she says. Stress is a newly created word. We never knew. We never heard of that. Today, a small child, a 3-year-old child also talks of boredom. He talks of tension. He talks of stress. He talks of, being very unhappy. These words never existed in the dictionaries of our grandmothers and grandfathers. If you just really go back and think how your grandparents have lived so happily and how we are leading our lives, there is a vast difference. And I'm really, as as somebody who is deep into literature, I'm really worried about the future. After 10 years and 15 years, would there be anything called marriage system? Would there be anything called family system? Everybody becomes an individual by himself. Okay? You also start thinking on your own terms what kind of adversities we are all going to face 10-15 years down the lane. We can't even imagine. I don't even want to imagine. I'm so afraid even to think of the kind of tragedy that we are all heading towards. So how is literature going to help us? Literature is going to help us to be aware, to be conscious, to ring a bell in our hearts, and then ask us all to sit down and one second. Sit down and take notice of all that is happening around us. Literature is helping us to become a conscious human being. We all become, today I am welcoming you all into that world. 1 second, please. అక్క నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా, నేను ఒక 10 minutes తర్వాత చేస్తాను అక్క. అక్క నేను 10 minutes తర్వాత చేస్తాను, నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను. Okay. So I welcome you all into this world, a beautiful world, a world that is going to allow you to be yourself. It allows you to be aware of your existence and your relationship with nature, your relationship with your family, your society. All these are now going to be discussed in literature. So literature is a study of psychology. It is a study of sociology. It is a study of history. It's a study of politics and everything, all the social sciences and humanities rolled into one capsule. It is literature. So when you are being exposed to literature, you are being exposed to different fields of humanities and social sciences, and that's a real beautiful journey. And you have already embarked upon the journey, and for 1 full month you would be really exhilarated. It is like a merry-go-round. Okay, it's a very beautiful journey, and I am wishing you all a great success, and I am also congratulating you on taking MA English. And I'm also hoping that by the end of this classes, you would be opening up your minds to understand life under a better, bright light. Thank you so much. Now I will switch on the camera. You can ask me questions, whatever you have. Tell me now. Did you enjoy the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's really very good class.
Yes, ma'am. It's so beautiful and so well.
And I have understood.
Thank you so much.
Is there any possibility to record it?
One at a time. One at a time, please. One at a time. Tanuja, please talk. Others, please switch off the mics. Who wants to talk now? Shobha?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, you want to talk?
No, ma'am. Actually, you are teaching very good, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And your concepts are also good, ma'am. Thank you.
See, my idea is to make you understand the concepts first, so that the texts would become easier for you to grasp.
Yes, ma'am.
Then anybody who wants to ask me any questions? Everybody says thank you. I'm just reading the chat box. Hey, please switch off your mic. Please. Switch off.
Hello, madam. Can you share your?
Shyam Sundar, yes. Yes.
Madam, your teaching is very good, madam.
Thank you.
Can you share your contact info
My number is there on your timetable, ma. But anyway, before you call me, anyone who wants to call me, you please send me a message either on WhatsApp or maybe SMS, because I will be busy in my classes and the other things. So it is better you send me a message if you have any questions.
Okay, madam. Okay, thank you.
Hello, ma'am. It's better
Shubhajyoti.
to add your name or number in our MA group. Is it possible to add? Because most of the members are...
Ruhina, see, why do you want me in your group?
Because you
Don't
are a
ask me.
coordinator, no
Of
ma'am.
course,
Most
I
of
am the
our friends are
coordinator.
getting confusion about exams when it is going on, and already we are promoted, but they are taking exams. So many questions we have. So you are coordinator, then we will discuss. Means you will solve our problems, no ma'am.
I don't know. I'm laughing. Okay, Rohina, but do not add me in the group because I am already there in hundreds of other groups. Okay, please. I will give you my number. You can take it. My number is there available on your timetable. My name is Sharada. My name is Sharada. My number is there on the timetable. Okay. My
Okay,
number
thank you,
is
ma'am.
Your
available
phone
on the
number is
timetable.
not in our timetable. Your phone number they gave in the second year's timetable. They didn't give in first year's timetable.
Okay, take down my number 99 63
Okay. Okay.
23 25 25. Again 25. It ends with 2525. 9963232525. My name is Sharada.
You taught very well, ma'am. In this paper, related any chapters, ma'am?
What,
Today's
Surekha?
today's topic.
I didn't start any text today. I just introduced you to the paper.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
I will begin the text in our next class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay then. Can you now give me leave? May I leave?
Ma'am, in next class, what is the topic you will be starting? Which topic?
You want to study beforehand?
We'll try out, ma'am.
Okay. Poetry?
Okay.
I will start poetry.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm Swapna, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check. Would it be in the order of the index, or are you taking it randomly, ma'am?
My teaching?
Yes, ma'am.
No, whatever I feel like taking, I will take. I'll just sit here and then I'll start off. Whatever I feel like getting
No,
into,
no, no,
I
ma'am.
will do.
No. Index, as per the textbook index, would you, the order of the topics, would it be as per the index, or
No, is that going to seriously affect your understanding?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We want you to go according to the text.
I will go according to the text. I'm not taking anything away from the text. Sapna.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry if you got offended, ma'am. I just want to check.
No. I didn't get offended, Sapna.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm only telling you, don't be worried. I am going to teach you only from the material.
Okay,
But
ma'am.
I'll give you extra.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Got it, ma'am.
So that when you are going to be ready for your exam, you will be ready with your answers.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Don't expect me to tell you turn to this page, turn to that page. I can't do that. Okay?
And today, whatever you taught,
Okay, ma'am.
My name is Mehanisha.
One of you please talk.
Madam, speaking on behalf of Shailaja Santosh, today whatever you taught, was it an overall explanation about the 20th century British literature?
Yeah, it was. What did you understand? Tell me.
Ma'am, we are actually, we couldn't join at the beginning of the class. That's why we have this question.
No, you said is it about 20th century?
Is it an overall explanation of 20th century or were you going through a specific section?
Actually, I was generalizing the entire 20th century literature, not related to any specific section. And tomorrow, if I am teaching you poetry, you will be able to understand the poems better when you relate it with what I have taught you today. Okay?
Ma'am, whatever you taught today was exceptional, very good, and it was,
Thank
a
you.
reality.
Yes,
Maybe
thank you.
one TV show or on a live, in prime time would help the development of this whole society.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Very nice, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Madam, one
much.
question, madam.
Please.
Madam,
Yes, please. Who wants to ask the question?
Excuse
we
me,
got a SMS that we were promoted for the final year. Do we have exams again for the first year, madam?
See, about the exams, Shyam Sundarji, I seriously don't know about the exams because I am the coordinator of this course. Only the timetable and how your classes are going on, I will take care of. But the exams thing, the hall tickets, I don't know. So you can ask the office, please. Will you? The administration part, I don't know. Only this course, the timetable, I'm concerned about. Okay. I'm not from distance education. I'm from outside. I'm taking this up because I was given this job.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I think you understood this. Any other questions?
Okay, thank you.
Is there a limitation to the number of members in the
Yes,
class?
yes, thank you.
Yeah, history and civics for all classes. Please talk.
Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Good afternoon. This
is
is
there any
Yasmin.
limitation?
One
Ma'am?
second. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
ma'am.
there any limitation of the number of members who can join the class?
Today they have removed it. Once I told them, I called them. So they have removed the limitation from 100. So any number can join with the proper ID.
Thank you, madam.
Next question.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. This is Yasmin here. Ma'am, if we want to start preparing for paper 5 for English, so can you tell us the easiest and the time-consuming method, because all of us are workers here. So what is the best procedure, and will you give any important questions for us to go through any particular lesson as such?
Okay, today, if the question is like, give a brief background to 20th century literature. Okay, if the question is give a background to 20th century literature. Whatever you have written down will become the answer.
Oh, okay.
You got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever I teach will become an answer.
Okay, ma'am, one request from my side. From tomorrow onwards, whatever you teach, please frame the question before itself. So
No. I cannot change my style. Sorry, please. Once I finish my class, I will tell you how many questions you can answer to this. Okay?
All right, ma'am. No problem.
You
Anyway.
understood that? See,
Yes.
I'll finish my lecture, ma.
Yes,
After
yes.
I finish my lecture, I will tell you these are the questions that you can answer to this lecture.
All right, no problem, ma'am. Anyways, we'll do.
First question, then answer no.
Okay,
First
okay.
answer, then how many questions can you be
Okay, ma'am.
answering to
Anyways,
that?
ma'am. Okay. Anyways,
Hmm.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Next,
Yes.
is that all? Finished? All your questions?
Hello,
I
good
know.
afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Anu, Satya.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Today's class, first chapter, no, ma'am?
Background.
Front of the 20th century.
Yes, background to
Yes.
20th century.
Thank you,
Oh,
ma'am. Very good explanation, ma'am.
thank you, ma'am. Next, any question?
Ma'am, we have full portion, five units per exam. Anything
Yeah.
important cut down?
No. That maybe you will get choice, wide choice.
Okay.
You will get wide choice.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Saleha says she wants more. What?
Hello, ma'am.
What? Yes, Ruhina.
Is there any syllabus reduction?
No, there is no syllabus reduction, but the choice will become wide.
Thank you, ma'am.
అయిపోయినాయా మీ క్వశ్చన్స్
Ma'am, 1 second, ma'am.
శోభ
Ma'am, actually, on Sunday, I may not be attending the class. So, can you please, again, can you explain it? Like on Saturday, next Saturday?
It's important. Shobha, for your sake, I will take leave on Sunday. Is that okay?
No, ma'am, in the WhatsApp and
Seriously,
message,
I
you
have
can.
some work. I have some work on Sunday, so I am
Okay.
planning to take off on Sunday, and I am planning to ask somebody else to take my class.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
So
Okay.
the problem is solved. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Madhavi, you have something to ask?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we get recorded copies of these classes, whatever you are teaching, you and other lecturers, like in my kids' school, they are getting recorded videos, the classes, whatever they are taking. So,
But the final years, your seniors have got the recorded version, so I think you will also get.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Satya. Yeah, Nazneen.
Hello.
Nazneen. Yeah, one second, Nazneen. Satya, please ask me. Satya.
Yeah, ma'am. The English of the textbooks is very difficult to read and understand, ma'am, actually. If at all we write the answers in our own methodology, like how we understand what we understand in the exams, will it be fine, or we have to write exactly same as mentioned in the textbooks?
No. Okay. See, when I am talking to you, am I using the same language that is there given in the text? No.
No, ma'am.
I am giving my interpretation.
Exactly.
Right?
Generally, you are speaking.
That same thing. You don't have to go by that kind of language. No.
Yeah. It is very difficult to understand also, ma'am. When we read also, it's a little hard to understand.
Because it is at the master's level, Satya.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Nazneen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm here. Ma'am, I want to know about the exams from when it is going to start.
I just told you, the exam things and all will be given to you by them. We are here, outsiders. We are outsiders, not associated with distance education.
Yes.
We are asked to take the classes for your benefit. So we are all grouped together, and we are giving you this kind of a classes. Okay, so the exams and all, the distance education administration will take.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. That's okay.
Now, may I take leave?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Will you send me?
Okay, thank you, madam.
Thank you. Tomorrow we'll meet.
Thank you
Tomorrow
so much,
my
ma'am.
time is in the evening at 3:30.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Good evening,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Good afternoon, ma'am.
My class tomorrow is at 3:30. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hello?
Yes.
I just wanted to check if the WhatsApp group has been created. In the first class, we have given the numbers. So can anybody take the initiative to create the WhatsApp, please?
Yeah, it is there, na?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp group is already existing, no madam.
Yeah, that's what.
No, I didn't see. My number is not added, I guess.
You message to any group admin, they'll add you.